Lina hadn't seen her hometown in years. San Isidro was a small, sleepy barangay nestled deep in the Philippine countryside, surrounded by thick forests where ancient superstitions still held sway. The villagers lived quietly, but always with a lingering fear, whispers of the Aswang that preyed on the night. Her grandmother had warned her as a child, telling stories of neighbors who were not what they seemed. The Aswang, she said, could disguise itself as human by day, but once darkness fell, it became a monstrous predator, hungry for flesh and blood. Lina shrugged it off as folklore. But on her first night back, Lina heard eerie noises echoing from the jungle. Low growls, unsettling howls, and the chilling sound of someone running on all fours. The wind seemed to carry a scent, something metallic, sharp, and deeply wrong. As the moon cast ghostly shadows over the nipa huts, Lina's unease grew. She noticed her neighbors acting strangely, smiling too widely, eyes darting nervously. At dinner, a hush fell when the topic of the missing children came up. No one wanted to speak aloud, but Lina could feel the fear. That night, a scream pierced the stillness. It came from the edge of the village, near the forest where no one dared to go. Lina's heart pounded. The stories were real, and she was no longer safe. The next morning, Lina ventured cautiously toward the edge of the forest where the scream had come from. Broken branches littered the path, and the air was thick with the scent of blood and decay. She found footprints, large, uneven clawed marks pressed into the soft earth. They led deeper into the jungle. At the village center, the elders spoke in hushed tones, warning Lina to stay indoors after sunset. They told her of the Aswang's abilities, how it could suck the unborn from pregnant women, how it feasted on livestock, and how it used its long tongue to ensnare victims. The creature was cunning, they said, able to blend perfectly into human society. Lina's skepticism waned as more children disappeared overnight. Fear twisted the village into paranoia. Neighbors suspicious of neighbors, friends turning into strangers by dusk. The line between hunter and prey blurred. Determined to uncover the truth, Lina sought help from Mang Ramon, the village shaman. His eyes, sharp and weathered, pierced through her doubts. He handed her an amulet carved from bone. "Wear this when the night falls," he warned. "It will protect you, but only if your heart stays strong." That night, Lina waited, heart racing, as shadows danced outside her window. The Aswang was coming. As darkness cloaked San Isidro, a chill swept through the village. Lina clutched the amulet tightly, its cold weight grounding her as strange sounds crept closer. Whispers, growls, and soft footsteps. She peered out into the night, eyes searching for any movement. Suddenly, a figure darted between the trees, a woman with unnaturally long limbs and glowing eyes. Lina gasped, stumbling back into her hut. The door slammed shut behind her, but the fear did not fade. That night, Lina dreamed of a monstrous creature with a gaping maw and a tongue like a serpent, snatching children from their beds. She woke drenched in sweat, only to hear faint cries outside. The Aswang was real, and it was hungry. Determined not to become its next victim, Lina set a trap, sprinkling salt and garlic around her home and placing mirrors facing the windows. Legend said the Aswang feared its own reflection. Hours passed in agonizing silence until a low guttural growl erupted. Lina's breath hitched as shadows gathered at the threshold. A face pressed against the glass, a neighbor but twisted, eyes wild and teeth sharpened. The Aswang had taken form. With trembling hands, Lina recited a prayer taught by Mang Ramon, feeling the amulet glow faintly. The creature hissed, retreating into the night, but she knew it was only a matter of time before it returned. Lina knew the only way to save San Isidro was to confront the Aswang's lair deep in the forest. Guided by Mang Ramon, she ventured into the jungle under a blood-red moon. The trees seemed to close in, their twisted branches like grasping hands. In a clearing, they found an ancient tree, its bark blackened and pulsing with dark energy. Beneath its roots was a shallow grave, where the Aswang's victims had been buried. The air was thick with sorrow and rage. Suddenly, the Aswang emerged, a terrifying blend of human and beast, its eyes burning with hatred. Lina raised the amulet, chanting the sacred incantation. The creature screeched, lashing out with claws and fangs. The battle was brutal. the forest shaking with their struggle. But Lina's courage held firm. With a final prayer, she plunged a blessed dagger into the creature's heart. The Aswang howled, dissolving into shadow. As dawn broke, the village was silent once more. The missing children were never found, but the curse had lifted, for now. Back in San Isidro, life slowly returned to normal. Yet Lina knew the darkness still lurked in the jungle's depths. The villagers remained wary, their eyes always watching the shadows. Stories of the Aswang became cautionary tales, whispered to children at night. Lina kept the amulet safe, a reminder of the night she faced the monster and survived. But sometimes when the wind shifts just right, a distant howl echoes through the trees, a chilling reminder that some legends never truly die. They wait, patient and hungry for the next shadow to fall.